that which we truly are, we are always. Therefore, to realize the absolute reality or supreme truth, Sri Bhagavan said that one should know oneself. And Upanishad, as well as Adi Shankara, have said that if it is Jiva, it is always Jiva. If it is Shiva, it is always Shiva. What is the it referred to? Our very existence. If the existence is truly individualized and consequently limited or bound, then it should always be so. But if in truth it is the absolute, Shiva, then it is always so. To know your own existence as it is, this is essential. Self-realization does not produce a new existence, but reveals that which already is the case, the truth regarding your own self. What is true always about your being? Certainly it cannot be the body. Body has birth, change, death, motion, etc. These are not always existing, but you always exist. What is the nature of this existence which is truly yourself? If you are not the body, then everything that pertains to the body does not define, does not bind, does not pertain to you. Whether it is birth or death, attributes or activities, time, space, etc. What is the existence in you that is ever transcendent of the body and its characteristics? Inquire within yourself. What is the ever-existent? Can it be the mind with its states, waking, dreaming, deep sleep, its various modes and conditions, its innumerable thoughts? None of that is ever existent. What is the ever existent within you? You exist, and you exist without any interruption. Always you are. It is impossible even to conceive of not existing without assuming your existence to conceive it. What is this doubtless, ever-existent being? It's not a body. It is not a mind. And none of the limitations of a body or a mind pertain to it. Is it the individuality? if the sense, really the assumption of individuality, is something that rises and disappears again, it is not the ever-existent. That which you are, truly, you always are. You cannot truly be an individual at one point, an ego, and not at another. Whether you're considering changes of states of mind or bondage and liberation. Liberation being defined as the egoless state. Then what one finds in liberation, or self-realization as we call it, is what is always true about our very being, and not a new attainment. As the Maharishi advises, put the question to yourself, who am I? Direct your inquiry to your very existence. And if it is seemingly individualized, determine who truly is there. What is actually existent? Abandoning any tendency to misidentify with the mind or the body, what marks off an individual? Trace the sense of I to its essential existence. What actually is there? Any notion of bondage or limitation is based upon the individual and is therefore entirely illusory. Who is the individual? What is the significance of I? Suffering is the result of the belief that illusory bondage is true. The bondage is only ignorance. The ignorance is merely misidentification. And all the forms of misidentification rest upon a single assumption. I. To inquire, who am I? And realize that which is ever true about yourself is liberation from all of the imagined bondage. And it is great bliss, free of the potential of suffering. In Gaudapada's Karika, there is a verse 32 of chapter 2. Listen to what he says regarding the supreme truth, the Paramartha. He begins by saying, Nanarodha. There is no cessation. There is no stoppage, no destruction. Of what is there no destruction? Of your existence. It is imperishable. There is also no destruction of the ego, because it is not true. He continues by saying, Na cha utpatinya, upati. There is no origination, no birth. That is, your real nature, indestructible, has no beginning. And the ego also has no beginning. It never came to be. It is a false assumption assumed by no one. It is not the reality. He continues, Nabado, Nabadaha. There is no one bound. Search your own nature. The Maharshi says, if an inquiry is made into the one who seems as if bound, that itself is release. Bondage is only misidentification. Misidentification is only the notion I. Who is this I? If an inquiry is made within yourself, you will find no one bound. He says, na cha and not sadhaka. There is no one practicing. What then is the power of practice? It is the power of Brahman, the real self. The individual who is dissolved by it has nothing to do with it. Namamokshu. No one desiring liberation or aspiring for liberation. What is the power that aspires? Only your true self. But the true self is in no need of liberation. It is already the perfect fullness. So he says, no one aspiring for liberation. The individual has no part in it. Then he says, Vai, which indicates certainty. Mukta, liberated one. There is no such thing as a liberated individual. Liberation is freedom from the individual. So there is no beginning, no end, no one bound, no one practicing, no one aspiring for liberation, no one liberated. He says, Ityesha, thus, this is Paramartha, the absolute truth, the supreme truth. That supreme truth is the very nature of our existence. You have not been born, and your ego has never actually come to be. Find this out by inquiry. You will not die. Your existence is imperishable. As for the ego, it never has even appeared. So how could it disappear? You are not bound now, nor have you been bound in the past. The bound individual is entirely imagined. Your existence, though, is always beyond such imagination. Find out the nature of your existence. No one practices the dissolution of the individual, the destruction of the ego. The call of yourself is to yourself. Such is the desire for liberation. The individual has no part in it, for the individual is unreal. The unreal has no part in the real. The unreal never comes to be. The real ever is. Those who realize such are declared to be realized or liberated, but there is no such corresponding individual. In this realization, absolute being is the knowledge. The truth comprehends itself. It is absolute. not in relation to anything else. It is non-dual, which means that there is no alternative to it. All right. I've said enough for now. As a reminder, as a hint of the general direction, dive within yourself and know yourself as you are, what you always are. That itself is the absolute, Brahman. Inquire, who am I?